Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. You're Eric?
Yes.
Welcome. And you are going to Nelson's Walk?
Yes.
Oh, I've never been there. Are you kidding me? Okay, that is downtown Naples and then all the way south.
Yeah.
Okay.
Port Royal.
Yeah, Port Royal. Okay. Now, for 1 second, I thought it was part of Marco Island or something, but
oh, okay.
no. So, Mr. Eric, do I have your permission to record a ride for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Or do you prefer not to be on YouTube?
Does not matter to me.
Does not matter to you. Great.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you my card. There you go. And so, looks like you just brought back a rental car?
Yes.
Huh, I guess right. So, what happened to your own car?
I brought a boat over to Fort Lauderdale yesterday and needed to get back here today, so I did a one-way rental.
Sure. So you're in the boating business? Or what's your own boat?
I work for a family down here and was their yacht captain for many years, and they sold the big boat and asked me to stay on and you know, manage their properties and other stuff and their fleet of smaller boats. So I was just moving one boat over there for the summer season to be put away.
Oh, okay. So what was the big boat?
It's a 42 Hinckley.
Can you describe it? How many decks?
Just one deck. It's more of like a day trip boat. Like some people go out and go have lunch on or anchor off the beach. Or,
oh, yeah, okay.
You know, not really set up for, you know, multi-day trips. And
it's a 40 foot.
Yeah.
So it's not super large.
No. Not large, but in a decent day you can still go out and be comfortable.
Yeah, okay. But they needed a captain with that. That sounds to me something you could drive yourself.
Yeah, I think for, you know, my boss, it's more of he doesn't want to have to do all that stuff. He would rather not have to take care of the boat, have someone take care of everything for him. And
yeah, makes sense, right?
He can just hop on and enjoy. Makes
sense. And then, yeah, exactly. Spend time with the family and friends.
Yep.
You don't have to drive the boat. Although, if it was me, I would drive the boat myself.
He drives every now and then.
Oh yeah, okay. Because it's just so much fun, right?
This wasn't, you know, it's a long day. We left the dock at 5:30 in the morning and got in there about 7:30 last night.
Oh, so. Wait. That was like more than 12 hours.
Yeah,
that's like 14-hour drive just from Naples to Fort Myers?
No,
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to go all the way around.
I went through what's called Snake Creek, which is in Almirada. So Upper Keys we cut through, and then
yeah. You can still go around the south tip of Florida, so to speak.
Yeah, like.
And then you can cut somewhere through. There's like a bridge or so.
Yep, Snake Creek Bridge.
Okay.
For that boat, it doesn't draw a lot of water, so we can get through the shallow waters of Florida Bay and make our way on under that bridge. A lot of boats, bigger boats in that 40+ foot range, would have a hard time probably getting through there.
Yeah. Is this like a boat with outboards or?
It's jet driven.
Jet driven.
Kind of like a big jet ski.
How cool is that? How does that? Is that like faster than an outboard or?
No, not necessarily faster. The principles of it are, for Southwest Florida, the water's very shallow around here, so with a jet boat you don't have as much hanging below the boat, so you can run in shallow water. That boat really only needs a little less than 2 feet of water to actually be able to run it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
2 feet? Yeah. Only for a 40 feet boat?
Yep, it's only because...
That's nothing.
It doesn't...
It's like what sits on top of the water almost.
Exactly. But you give up some comfort for that. You know, you don't have as much of a
I can imagine. Yeah, and it wobbles probably.
What's that?
It wobbles?
Yep.
Like, how do you say that in shipment's terms? It rolls?
Yeah, it rolls.
Yeah. But then there's probably stabilizers to stabilize the boat.
No, this boat doesn't have any stabilizers.
Oh.
But, you know, if you get going fast enough, if it's not too rough, you can kind of stay on top of the waves.
But wait, I think we're talking about two different things, because like you first said that the 40 foot, that was the big boat, but he sold it.
No, he had a bigger boat that he sold.
Oh, okay. But so it was the 40 foot that you drove to the other side,
yes.
to Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
And how fast is a boat like that typically cruise at?
We were doing roughly 27, 28 knots. So like probably 32 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, jet ski goes faster.
Yes. Jet ski is,
yeah, those
jet ski weigh probably 1,500 pounds.
Right.
It's pretty light.
Right. But still, and so now you are their boat captain and technician of the house kind of thing? You take care of the
house
property,
manager,
you said? House manager?
Yeah, they have multiple properties, so...
Okay. So are you a handyman?
Yeah, a little bit. Not... I can do some stuff. If I feel it's going to be too much, I don't get into it. Usually it's a losing proposition.
Yeah, but you know to your limits and when to get a professional for something.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Still seems like a nice kind of job, especially when the boss trusts you with that kind of work, because the boss needs somebody who he can trust his properties to.
Yep.
Right, and doesn't damage things, but it's also professional enough that he knows what his limits are and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's not a common job, as most people are accountants or IT people like me, or Uber drivers like me, but you're a property manager.
Yeah, it's a unique job.
Yeah. Boat captain, nice. So for the rest you live here in Naples, or where do you live?
So I'm down here for 7 months, and then we go up to the New England coast for the summer.
Oh, with also your job?
Yeah.
Because the family also.
Yeah. So when they move locations, I'll stay a little bit longer to just wrap everything up at the house.
Are you not married?
I'm married. Yeah.
You're married. So you take your family with you?
So my wife is in Boston full time, and then she comes back and forth. We don't have any children, so it makes it a little easier to do this.
Yeah, that's true, right? You don't have any plans for children?
No, I don't think so.
No? Well, also depends her.
Yeah.
She doesn't want? She's not asking you for it?
No, we're both content. So.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that as well. But I could also imagine that it would start itching at a certain age or at a certain time.
Yeah, hasn't hit me yet, so.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. When you see other couples, you must have friends with kids.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that doesn't
No, it does.
make you think.
No, we have plenty of nieces and nephews.
Oh yeah,
stuff
okay.
Like that, so
yeah.
It works for us.
Okay, great. Well, your wife is based in Boston, and you basically travel as a property manager. So that must also be sort of hard sometimes to see your wife a lot.
Yeah, in the winter time it's not as prevalent, but
right.
I'll be home in under probably 10 days or so, and I'll be home up until first week of November. So,
which is a good period. Yeah,
it's a long period, and then the winter months I probably get home 10 days a month.
I guess you can compare it a little bit to sailors.
Yeah.
Sailors are like that. Like they're gone half a year, home half a year.
Yeah, but that's
like that.
We met when I was working on the boat, so this is all she's known in this relationship is.
Yeah. Also based on that. Yeah.
I'm home for periods of time, and I'm away for periods of time.
Yeah. Oh, so you met while she was working on this boat that you were the captain of, or?
Yeah, she didn't work on board. We met when I was working on the boat, so.
Okay. With this family.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So she also knows the family and everything, the ins and outs. So that's nice, actually. Yeah.
Thanks. I've been with them for almost 16 years.
16?
Yep.
Oh, that's quite a period. Yeah.
The 2014 of it being on the boat. I've only moved to the land-based stuff the last couple of years.
Does the boss, as you call him, I understand you don't want to name any names, of course, on YouTube, but does he have any plans for a new boat?
No, I think out of the gate after they sold Big Boat, he thought maybe, but I think they're getting away from their traveling years, so I think it was a wise move.
Yeah, okay. He's not the guy that wants to spend weeks on a boat cruising the coastal lines of Mexico or things like that. He probably doesn't have the time for it.
Not now. They did it for so many years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much did, all the Caribbean, Bahamas, whole eastern seaboard, some of the Canadian Maritimes, Gulf, all the Gulf of Mexico. The boat didn't have the range to get to Europe, meaning,
was it like a Fleming or something?
It was a Ferretti.
Ferretti? Is that like a Fleming or not? I only know the Flemings.
Not really.
No?
No. Ferretti's an Italian build, so it's built over in Italy. Very sleek lines, where I think a Fleming is a little more of like a trawler.
Yeah, it's like a trawler, yeah. So, wow. So, but you were always with him, traveling to all these places. You were always the boat captain. Wow. Yep. You've been around, man.
I have.
Yeah, everywhere. What a life.
That's when you said, do you want children? It's like, for the longest time, I didn't want to give up all the traveling.
Of course. Yeah, I can imagine. Maybe one day when you settle down a little bit more, or when life, I don't know, changes on you.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's completely up to you. I always said, no, I don't want any children. Until I met my wife. And that was that.
How many children do you have now?
We have 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And we will not be making any more. Because it's expensive as it is.
Yes.
You know?
That is in the decision process,
Yeah. But they're like 24, 22 and 17, so that's also beautiful. Experience was it for us, and very happy also once they leave the home and they go do their own thing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
That's also healthy, I think, for them as well as for
for us.
Yeah.
Comes a time when they should leave for themselves and for you.
Yeah. And then the youngest one is still at home. He's enjoying soccer sports in high school and club soccer. So we're very busy with that, and he's very serious about his training and stuff like that. So it's very enjoyable.
Nice.
Yeah. So has he always lived here, or has he?
The majority of their time in Naples, they've been down this way.
Yeah, I want to say to YouTube that this is Port Royal. This is the fancy town, or the fancy part of Naples. It's very fine. All the royals and the princes and kings and queens of Naples, with their castles and palaces and stuff like that. Wouldn't you say that this is the most beautiful part of Naples?
Yeah, it's up there, and it certainly is. Some of these homes, though, are just monstrous.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of space here, so most of them have. I've brought people home, and sometimes they do have a lot of space.
Yeah. And I feel in Port Royal that you have a decent amount of space in between homes, but I think living closer to like 5th Avenue, Broad Ave, that area, they tend to be a little more on top of each other.
Compact, yeah, that's true, yeah. But those are also cheaper homes. These are more the top of the top.
Oh, yes.
And what would you rate a lot of these homes, like, what are we talking about? 150 million? 200?
I don't know about that. That may be a little high. There's one along the beach here in Gordon Drive, I believe, that sold for like 68 million.
Oh, the one at the end of Gordon Drive?
I don't know which one it is, or was, I should say.
Because I know that they were selling. Because I had a passenger from that home in the car. But I checked my mortgage and not yet. Maybe next year. And you gotta keep dreaming of things, right?
That's right.
And honestly, I don't find all the homes pretty. It is very gothic. It is very the design of these homes are just, yeah, that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
A pink home, okay. But to have a home at the water with your own deck and your own boat lift and things like that, yeah, that seems to me a beautiful life.
Yes.
Right? But I don't think that the front camera will pick up these homes very well. If you drive through a street, and so you and I, we are looking left and right at things, and we see the homes, but on YouTube you don't see that.
So is this like a live feed, or do you just kind of record a bunch of rides and then?
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, I have to make a pick on which ones I publish. And I have a buffer of a couple of weeks, so usually it gets published like 1 or 2 weeks later.
Okay.
And if you change your mind, you check out the channel, you don't like it, then please let me know. There's absolutely no pressure. It's just a hobby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like doing it, and people seem to like it.
Yeah.
So
it's different.
It's still growing. And one day I hope to monetize it. Okay. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, and right now I have 650 or so. No, 700.
Okay.
This morning, yeah. So once I reach 1,000 subscribers, and then you can start monetizing it. Now, in the beginning, that does not make a lot of money, but eventually, over the years, you know. I mean, I don't know my life, what it's going to be like.
Yeah, you never know.
But exactly. Just having fun. Wouldn't you say that some of these designs of these homes are just plain ugly?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look at that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
That's just, it looks like exactly that was exactly what I was gonna say. That's okay. I like the roof like that, but yeah, I guess everybody has a different taste, style. And they're still building new ones, and there's still plots for sale as well.
Construction never stops.
Yeah, right? No, Eric, thanks for sharing your story with us. And I hope you get to do a lot of boating.
I hope so too. Well, ship boats up north, so they're waiting for me when I get there.
There you go. Let me see, is it this one?
Drop me off at this driveway right here? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
All right, mister.
Well, thank you.
Eric, you're welcome.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Take care, bye-bye.